Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please click on the subscribe button, then the bell for notification. I am late making this video for the month of June, but I still wanted to recap the projects that I worked on during the month of June because I wanted to upload something because the two videos that I previously made for the channel, I did not realize that you could hear the air conditioning unit in the background. Our central air and heating unit went out, and we had to camp out in the den during that week until the guys were able to come out and replace it. And so we had set up an air conditioning unit, and to me the noise wasn't that loud from it, but when I went to play back the video, it was just awful. So by that time I had to put everything away, and I just was not going to take all that stuff back out. But I will touch bases on some of the things that I did purchase during the month of June from the different vendors, not only on YouTube, but Etsy and Amazon as well. So just stay tuned for that, or fast forward till you get to that point. But at any rate, I wanted to show some of the things that I had done during the month of June. I keep wanting to say during this month, but we're in July now, and happy 4th of July, everyone. But I wanted to show some of the projects that I worked on throughout the month of June. Some of them were done based on a group that I'm in on Facebook, and some was just some creations and things that I just did on my own. The first thing I want to show you, everyone, is the mini journals. Well, it's not, yeah, the mini journals. Where are those at? I had made these as part of a project for Maddie on Spectrum Art Creations. She does have a YouTube channel here, and she also has a Facebook group called Spectrum Art Creations. And every month, or every so often I should say, she'll give us challenges that she would like for us to all participate in, and just make projects using products from out of the store. So this past month, for the month of June, one of the creations that I made, like I said, were these mini journals. And I had bought a Mente book from her. No, this wasn't Mente. I cannot remember the name of it, but I will link it below. But at any rate, I used the cutout from out of that book to make my little mini journal. Also, during the month, she gave us a playing card challenge where we had to use one of the playing cards and alter it. So here go the playing card in the middle. And I also used the picture frame from out of the same book. From out of a different book. Now, I think that one was a Mente book. Hold on real quick. Let me see if I can find it. Yes, here they are. Sorry about that. But I had bought these books from out of her shop, and this book here has a lot of colorful artwork pieces in it. And this is where I got the inspiration for the young lady that's on my cover of my journal, my little mini journal. So this was the book that she came out of, Artsy Arabia Paper Elements. And then I had also bought this Artsy Arabia Paper Elements. So if you do want to purchase this book, just keep in mind that it's more than one, and they both have different designs in them. So just be advised on that. Okay. The picture frame that I used, it did come out of a Mente Papers book. Let's see if I can find it in here. but it's just a book that I purchased from Maddie off of Spectrum Art Creation, and this is where I got it from. And it's a book just full of picture frames, and you can use them however you see fit for your project. And another project that you're going to see me show you here in a minute, I also used this Mente's paper door book that I purchased from Maddie as well from Spectrum Art Creations to work on another project that I will show you here in a minute. And these are some of the door frames that I had cut out because I wasn't sure which door frame I wanted to use. But again, it's just a book that's full of door frames, and I think that is super creative and fun to work with. And I'm sorry if you hear fireworks. It is the 4th of July. Some people have already started early, and it's not even dark out. And the last Mente book that I purchased from her was the Wing book. It has insects in there, it has birds in here, butterflies, and I also used this during the month of June to work on some other projects that, again, I will show you here in a few minutes. But at any rate, this is where the cover came from those books there. And what I did was I just made pockets. I put a pen holder in here so my ink pen can go in and out. And then I have like a little journal with a paper clip that I made. And all I did was just super glue a metal piece to that paper clip. And this is just a little journal, a little flip through that I can write in. And this is something that would easily fit in my pocketbook or a backpack or whatever for that matter. And this is my little dangle here. And it has a U on the charm. I don't know why I just chose a U, and I got a little key on there. And I purchased that key, I think, from Spectrum Art Creations during one of Maddie's sale. Also, and again, I apologize for the fireworks. My cat just ran off because she's scared of it. But I used some of Tim Holt's Paper People to create this vintage looking bookmark to go in there as well. And that's just a little ticket. And that's a little holder, a little placeholder. And that's the back of it. And I did not finish all of my journals that I made. But, you know, these are just several of the ones that I did do. And I just need to put paper on the inside of them in my ink pens. And not my ink pens, but a ink pen on the inside. So these I'm super stoked about because I think they turned out really well. Okay. Also with the group Spectrum Art Creations on Facebook, if you go to her Facebook page, you can join her group as well. But Maddie did a class last month, and it was a clutch making class, and I thought it was so creative, and it took me a little bit out of my comfort zone because I had never made a clutch before. So this was new to me, but I thought these were absolutely adorable. During the class, I made this after the class because I watched the video in and out, and I came back and I rewatched the video and to follow Maddie as she did it. And like she was telling us, come up with your own creations, expand on what she is teaching us. So I put a faux leather strap on mine. I added some brads to mine, some gold colored brads. Then to cover up my snaps, I put a little flower there. And then that's what the inside of it looks like. And these are so cute. But Maddie has kits, and that's just a little outside pocket on there. But she offers kits on her during her sale sometimes. And for last month, the particular kit was the clutch. And I am so glad that I purchased it. The same faux leather that I used to make the strap on this clutch, I used faux leather that I had to make this one, and I thought this turned out wonderful. You could use this as a little wallet. You could put a strap on the back of it, have it as a wristlet, like if you're at a parade or in the mall or wherever. And that way you're not having to keep up with a pocketbook. But my goal ultimately is I need to find the right piece of fabric or what do you call it, ribbon to attach to each side to make this into like a crossbody. Also, during one of Maddie's sales during the month of June, I think it was, I purchased these antique buttons from her. And so I hot glued this onto the back again to cover up where I had put my snaps, well, put this particular snap at, so you couldn't see the back of it. And I think that just added another dimension to that, and it's just absolutely cute. So again, this was a creation based on a pattern that Maddie with Spectrum Art Creations offered to us this month, well, last month, in the month of June. Next is nothing I have to show you. I was just so glad because I really want to expand on not just paper crafting, but my crafting as far as mixed media in general. And I was talking with May with crafting at I was talking with May, Crafting on a Budget. She also has a nice YouTube channel that you guys need to check out and subscribe to. She offered me some advice as far as if I wanted to increase my knowledge of mixed media, to check out classes offered by Finnabar. So I went to Finnabar's YouTube channel, and Finn was offering a live class for beginners on mixed media, explaining to you which products you needed to buy, which ones to steer clear of for right now, to, you know, you kind of sort of develop your skills. And that class not only just opened my eyes, but it taught me a lot about mixed media, and she explained things in such a way that I understood what it was that I needed to know. So I thank you, May, for telling me about Finnabar Art Studio on YouTube, and I will also link her channel below as well for anybody else that is trying to learn how to do mixed media in their crafts. Let's see. I also started working on my first journal. This year, one of my goals was to start, because I had been collecting things over the past few months as I was, you know, going to different sales and whatnot. But I wanted to learn how to make my own journal with the cover being made out of fabric. I don't know how many of you all have ever heard of Tsunami Rose. She also has a YouTube channel that you need to subscribe to if you want creative ways to make junk journals. She makes hers out of fabric. And so that's what I wanted to build upon and learn how to do. So in watching her over the past month, you know, I picked up tips and tricks from her. Now, granted, by no means am I a professional or anything like that, but this is my first cover, and I am very proud of it. And this is how it turned out. Oops, straight piece of ribbon on there, but this is my first cover made out of fabric. And then I just added these different trims and laces to it. And this is it says Simplicity Vintage. And then this is the inside of it. And I think this, it turned out so pretty. And, hold on, I'm sorry. Put my hands in there. But this is how the inside of it looks. And by no ways am I completed with it. This is just a start on it, and then I will try to complete it during the month of July, if at all possible. But this is the paper that I use for the inside. It's by Stamperia. It's the Romantic Collection paper called Threads. And I did purchase this from Spectrum Art Creations during one of Maddie's live sales. And this paper is stunning, along with the accessories that go with that paper. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I created my first flip book. So that's going to go on the back, well, on the inside back cover. And then these are my different signatures. I'm leaning towards 4. And you can see where I've sewn in on the signatures. And I've already made my papers, put my papers in there. But again, I'm still up in the air as to how I'm gonna put them in there, and that's just me being me. But my goal is to stop overthinking it and just go ahead on and do it, you know? Go ahead on and do it, because it's beautiful paper. And I have some other elements over in my little tote behind me that I have not put in here yet, that I have, you know, like I said, collected at the different sales, different ephemera that I want to use in there. So this is my first journal, and I'm very proud of what I've done so far, because I definitely had to step outside of my comfort zone to do that. It has caused me to use my brain. And I know that sounds odd, but it's a story behind it, but I'm not going to tell that story today. But it has definitely helped me to use my brain a little bit more to create and to tap into my creative side. So doing these different art projects has helped me in that way, you know, to use my brain a lot more versus just sitting still and not doing anything. So like I said, it's not totally there, but it is getting there. So I am proud of that. All right. Another group that I'm involved in on Facebook is Dream It, Imagine It, Create It. And this group is Liz's group. Liz is really good about helping us to, again, step outside of our comfort zone and to jump in and work on projects that we normally probably would not have done, or just because of the simple fact that we've never had to do it. During the month of June, we had to do clusters. We had to make clusters for those that signed up for that. And we would mail those clusters out to 5 different people that she grouped us with. And for me, that was a challenge. I had heard of clusters, snippet clusters, but had never ever in my life had did a clusters. I don't know if it was correct or not, but I mailed them out. I haven't heard of any complaints, so I guess they were okay. So for the month of July, Liz is going to have us making tags in her group, and she's going to group us again, but it's going to have criteria to it. And again, you know, I'm working on my first journal, and I know a lot of journals have tags in them, but I've never had to make a tag before. So during the month of June, towards the end, I wanted to start practicing. Excuse me if I bumped the camera. I was reaching for my tags. I wanted to start practicing on some different tags to make just for my journal and just to work on, because again, I had never made a tag in my life. So I watched different YouTube videos, got inspiration and ideas from those videos as to how to make that, you know, make those tags. So I'm just going to share some of the ones with the 4 that I did make. I hadn't made any more, but this one, as you can see, has a large butterfly. It has a dolly, not a dolly, I keep calling it a dolly, goodness gracious, a dolly on there. And I sewed that dolly on there. And before I put the back on, so you couldn't, sewed it before I put the back on so that you couldn't see where I had stitched or sewed the dolly onto the card. So I really like this one. This one is really cute. That was my first one and my only one. The second one I made, and I forget, I don't know if it was G.I. Kerr that made it or if it was Roxy Creation, but it was somebody that I was watching, and I really like how you could make the 3 tags in one for a journal. So I have a ball pen that attached to it that's holding my charm, which is a cat. And I have a dog on here, and I forget, it's another lady, and I will link it below. I can't think of her name right now, but she has some creative art classes on YouTube too, and she has papers, digital papers that you can download, and you just buy her a cup of coffee, or you can get them for free, either way. So I did download some of her papers to make this particular card here. So, and then on the back, I put some coffee stained paper back there that you can use, that a person could use to journal on. Then I made this little tag that you can also write on. And it says, be silly, be you. And if you look at the little images, it's animals like with human bodies or another animal bodies. And I just thought that was absolutely adorable. This one says beauty within, and this is a cat in a human body. And I thought that was cute. And then on the inside is a little journaling card. It's a little tuck space there. And then I used my whale tail punch to put a thing to pull the card out with. So that was one of the ones I made. The next one I made, which I really love this one, I made this using, I think it's made by Stamperia. I have to pull the paper pad. Now that particular pad I've had for maybe 2 or 3 months, but at any rate, it's African American images, which I don't see a lot of, but when I saw that paper pad, I just knew I had to have it. But what I did was I used my Stickle Drops, and I add some red to her lips. I put gold, that platinum gold, around her earring hoop. And then I added this black lace to it. And then I added a butterfly charm to this one. And just like with the other one, it's coffee dyed paper on the back where you can journal. And to make it blend, I added in this trim here along with this card. And then here go one of the little insects that came out of the Mente book. I don't know if you can see it on there. I hope you can. But I added that on there as well. And then last but not least on this one is I cut the paper in half and lined it up. I added this butterfly from the Mente book, and then I highlighted that butterfly again with stickles. Using my whale tail punch, I added that tab on there so you could pull it out, and then here goes the journaling card. And I just thought this was absolutely cute. The last one that I made, I used some of Tim Holtz ephemera. The paper that I used, I got from a sale from Dana Yates, I think, if I'm saying her name right, from her sale. And that was a really good sale that was done on May's channel, Crafting on a Budget. She had paper packs for $1. And some of them had like 10, 15 or more sheets in it. Nice paper. And this right here is my Tim Holtz tag. And I thought this was cute. I used, again, one of the Mente books, picture frames, to frame the couple to make it look like it was a picture being taken. With the paper that I got from Dana. With this particular collection, it had this sentiment in there, and it says, you, me, yeah, we're pretty cute, darn cute together. And I thought that went perfect with that. And on the back, that's where I put the journaling card. Also using the Mente book, here's that door, and here's one of Tim Holtz's people. And I had cut a flower and put it in her hair, half of the flower in her hair. Then I used another flower and a ribbon on her dress just to make it pop a little bit. And this is how this particular card turned out. I think it's absolutely adorable. Then again, using the whale tail punch, I used that to make a tab, and this is the card for the inside of it. So these are the 4 tags that I made during the month of June for practice, and again to step outside of my comfort zone and just to learn the process of how to make a tag. And I know for a lot of people that have experience with it, they're like, oh, that's easy, you know. And it may be for some, but not for everybody, especially if you don't know what you're doing. And I'll be the first to tell you, I don't know what I'm doing, but I love how all 4 of these tags turned out. So I'm glad that I did, you know, work with these tags during the month of June. And I cannot wait to see the criteria that Liz is going to give us to make our tags for the challenge. So stay tuned for that, because at the end of July, if nothing goes astray, I will go ahead and do a video to upload to show what I've worked on during this month here. June was also a hard month, not just because of the AC, but then my cat got sick and we had to put her in the hospital. And for the week that she stayed, she stayed there from Tuesday to Friday. And we thought she literally was going to die because she was not eating. Anytime she did try to eat something, she was throwing up. And it was just hard on me emotionally and mentally, because that's my baby. I love her a lot. And Kyra, you know, she keeps me company. That's my girl, you know. As soon as I get home, or if I move from one room to the next, she's there, you know. So my husband, he calls her the $1,000 cat, because it cost us $1,000 to get her well, and he just could not believe it, but we paid it, you know, to get her back home. And she's healthy, she's doing well, and I was going to show her to you guys today, but maybe I can pull up a picture of her and show her to you all. But she ran off when she heard the fireworks going off, so I will try to do that before I log off. Okay, last but not least, I told you about all the issues we had with the central air and heating unit going out during June. So it was just back-to-back things that just happened, and it just took me there. So June was a bittersweet month, and then a few days ago, my husband's grandmother, she passed away. So that was another trip there to Louisiana for the burial. So June has been kind of rough on us, but you know, God doesn't give us anything that we cannot handle. So I'm not dwelling on the bad. I look forward to the good, you know, all the good that did happen during the month of June. So moving on, keeping this party going. The last thing I want to show you is some napkins that I had purchased from Truly All Supplies off of Etsy. It's a company based out of Canada. Shipping was not that expensive at all. And I love, love, love the napkins that she has to offer on her website. Since I have started crafting, I would have never known that you could use a napkin in the many ways that you can to decoupage. I had made I had decoupaged a box, and when my mother came over the other day, she took the box with her because it was so cute. But that was one of the things that I had, one of my other projects that I had did during the month of June, so I'm not able to show you that, but I will show you these napkins that I purchased from her. She gave me the cow napkins as a gift because me, which is probably nothing new if you really knew me, but I had messed up on my order. But and again, they're setting off fireworks again, so I'm sorry if you can hear that noise in the background, but these cows are absolutely mutastic. These little napkins are so cute. They're luncheon size napkins, and they're on all 4 corners. But I just had to have these cow napkins. They are so, so adorable. Sorry for the noise in the background. People are acting silly. It's the 4th. But I just wanted to show you the napkins that she offers. And she also offers other crafting supplies too. So check out her Etsy shop. I will also link her shop below. This is a Christmas napkin. I love the background, the snow, the horses out in the field. And then of course you have your cat and your dog looking onward at them. And there's a bird perched up on the excuse me, y'all. It's my memory. My memory is awful. But you can see where the bird is perched up on. But it is a really pretty napkin. I had not seen that napkin before. So I ordered this one. I also ordered another Christmas. Well, no, this is not a Christmas napkin. This reminded me of Paris and the detail in it, and I had not seen one like this before, and I love that little motorcycle and the smoke coming from out of his tailpipe back there, or what looks to be smoke. But I just thought it was a very detailed napkin. I love the colors in it, and I knew I was going to use it somehow in some artwork. But this was another, and these napkins are nice and thick. They're not cheap, you know, cheaply made napkins. This is also another pretty napkin. I just love the different flowers that were in this one. So I ordered this one. And I'm sorry about the crinkling of the bag. Okay, this was another napkin that I ordered from her. I'm sorry. And I thought this one was pretty as well with the flowers on there. I ordered some more Christmas napkins, the poinsettias. I thought the color was very vibrant and pretty. And I ordered, okay, hold on. I ordered several of those. And then this one, the color in this too, I just thought was very vibrant too. And I love that bluebird sitting there and the butterfly. I just thought this was an absolutely beautiful napkin. And then last was this napkin with the fox on there. And I don't know if you can see the detail in it. There go a toad or a frog sitting up there at the very top of his hat. And then the writing in the background. I just thought this was absolutely fabulous. So I got a few of those. The last thing that I got from her was some glassine bags. Let's see. And I thought these were absolutely nice. And her prices, like I said, are really, really good. I will definitely be ordering some more things from her. I see where she's updated her website. I mean, I keep saying website. Updated her Etsy shop where she's added in more napkins that I plan on purchasing in the near future. So if you like me, definitely check out her Etsy shop. And again, her Etsy shop name is Truly All Supplies. Okay, and I will link her below. The next purchase, that I had made was off of Amazon. It was some napkins. I was specifically looking for a napkin that was geared towards men or had a manly theme, if that makes sense. Because I had, for Father's Day, I wanted to decorate this box that I had gotten from Dollar Tree. But Dollar Tree, which I did not know, has a $5 section now. I thought the box was $1 until I got up there to the register. But I wanted to decorate this so my husband could put like his tie pins or whatever his knickknacks are, you know, into that box on the dresser. And I wanted to decoupage it. So I was going through all of my napkins that I had purchased, and I didn't see anything everything that would fit it, what I was looking to do. So I found this one, well, these napkins here on Amazon, and it's on all 4 panels or sections, but it had like a boat theme, if you want to say that, but it's more like a book cage. It has a globe on there, a compass, you know, something that a man, I think, would enjoy. So eventually, I don't know, I may get to it, you know, now that Father's Day is over with. I will try to get to that. Maybe it can be a Christmas gift form or something, or just a simple I love you gift out of the blue. It wouldn't be, you know, anticipating it. I also wanted a cat themed napkin. Amazon had these, even though I know I'm not going to use all these napkins, and I will share them, but I wanted a cat themed napkin. I'm always seeing things for other animals, and especially dogs. And so I had found these on Amazon, and I ordered these because I want to do some cat themed stuff too. So these are really cute. I really like that. And I have used these, or at least used one of them in a project, but I cannot remember what I did with it. So forgive me. And again, there's a story behind my memory, which, you know, again, as we go along on my channel, you know, I'll get into more details of things about me and my life and how I've gotten to the point to where I'm at now. But I do suffer with a lot of memory loss and forgetfulness. I will be upfront and honest about that. And it's not intentional. It's just what it is at this point in my life. And it has taken me some time to get used to it. And I don't know if you can ever get used to it. But at any rate, you know, we're going to keep going. We don't dwell on the bad stuff. Again, I had 2 videos that I did make with all the purchases that I made during the month of June. However, like I said in the beginning, I did not realize that air conditioning unit, even though it wasn't loud to me, I did not realize how loud you could hear it in the background of the video. And I had already put my things, the different items away, and it was no way I could pull all that stuff back out. So I will link each person's YouTube channel below. For each of them, please go and subscribe to them. Click on the notification button and follow them on Facebook if they have a group, because you will be surprised at the things that you will learn from each of these people. I am impressed with everyone, and I try to support everybody's channel and everybody's group that I feel that I can grow in. And you know, if you have advice, or if you know of another group that I may not know of and somebody else may not know of it, in the comments section below, put a name of a group that you think we should check out, you know, for us crafters. You know, help us all to get out of our comfort zone. Let's help each other. But again, during the month of June, I made purchases from Keisha's Creation, May's channel, Crafting on a Budget, her and Royal G, aka known as Natty. They have awesome prices on their channel when they do their sales, so check them out. Maddie, she also has awesome prices on her supplies for crafting, so please check her out. Maddie at Spectrum Art Creation. Rebecca Wheels, I bought beads from her. I bought, goodness, I don't want to try to get the name and stuff because I know I'll forget. But I know I definitely bought beads from her, which are high quality beads at a reasonable price. So check out Rebecca Wheels' channel, okay? And again, check out Truly All Supplies on Etsy. I hope this video was not too long. Please, please, please take your time to check out those other channels and subscribe to them and show them some support. And let's all craft together and help one another out. And let's keep on crafting. I'm trying to find a picture of my Kyra real quick before I log off so you can see her. And because like I said, she's my baby. And because on my phone, I'm on my tablet now because I'm using my phone to record with. All my pictures. Oh, there she go. Okay. I don't know if you can see her that good, but that's one picture of her. But that's my Kyra. And she's a sweetheart, like I said. Love her, love her, love her, like no other. But okay, let's see if you can see this one. But that's my Kyra. She is a sweetie pie. But she's back home now. I'm happy. My husband may not be so happy, but I'm happy. And I hope the month of July is a good month, which I know it will because I'm blessed and highly favored. But love each of you. Take care. And I hope to see you on the next video. Bye-bye.